right, thank you. So good afternoon and welcome to the group level of the Rotary Speech Contest. We have 3 contestants today from 3 of our Lakeland clubs who I will introduce later. But they're also going to be focusing on the theme Rotary Making a Difference. So just a few rules again. We did pretty good last time, but no clapping after each participant. We will do that at the very end when I introduce everyone. But we just want to thank everyone for being here today and supporting this. It's just such a great program. And let's go ahead just to get it out of our system and just give them an encouraging hand of applause. All right, so I'm going to give 2 of our contestants a couple of minutes to go outside the doors in the waiting area, and then our first contestant, when she's ready, she will start. Thank you.
Thank you. The other day, I learned about something called the butterfly effect. The butterfly effect teaches that one small movement can spiral into global impact, and it's all based off of the image of a butterfly. Picture a butterfly flapping its wings. By exerting one small force, the butterfly creates a breeze. The breeze creates a wind, and the wind creates an entire storm. One butterfly has the potential to change the world. After learning about this, I couldn't help but feel inspired. I too wanted to be a butterfly. I too wanted to make a difference. So I began searching for real-life butterflies, for the people who truly make a difference. It was in this moment that I discovered the Rotary Club. Seeing the change that Rotary is capable of inspires me to make a difference as well. Initially, there's a lot to learn from Rotary when it comes to making a difference. I've learned that differences can start locally. Take, for instance, the Rotarians in Savannah, Georgia, who built a community garden for a local children's home. I've learned that we all could use a helping hand, including our furry friends. In Manta, Ecuador, an earthquake destroyed the only animal shelter in the area. So, a local Interact club decided to launch a project called A House for a Friend. They built wooden dog houses and provided food for the animals that were left homeless. I've learned that we are stronger when we are united. A Rotary club in Kansas City works to create a summer camp that includes all children. For over 90 years, they have provided an amazing summer experience for children with disabilities. But above all, I have learned just how far a difference can go. Rotary is perhaps most well known for its efforts to eradicate polio. In fact, 2017's annual report for Rotary shares that 400 million children are vaccinated for polio every year, and that there are 16 million people walking around today who would otherwise be paralyzed. Yet, all it takes to prevent a child against polio is 2 drops of an oral vaccination. 2 drops could save someone's life. I can't help but think back to the butterfly effect. One motion leads to global impact. Rotary's efforts to end polio started 30 years ago, and now, today, 2.5 billion people have been prevented from contracting polio. The consistent pattern in Rotary is that no matter where you are or who you are, you can make a difference, and that difference can go a long way. With this in mind, I have learned to make change in my own way, which brings me to my next point, how I make a difference. It was a long process in learning how to do so. For a while, I felt powerless. When Rotary has over 1 million members, how could I, one 15-year-old girl, make a difference? And just as I was feeling down, I remembered the butterfly effect. I realized that the future of Rotary starts with me. It starts with all of us. We are the butterflies. All we have to do is take that very first step. And that's exactly what I did. I started out with small acts of kindness. This could mean holding the door for someone, wishing them a nice day, or even smiling at them. I did whatever I could to brighten someone's day. Pretty soon, small acts of kindness evolved into volunteer work. I began volunteering at the Humane Society, a no-kill animal shelter. At the Humane Society, not only did I discover my love for animals, but I discovered my love for volunteer work. Every week, I volunteered and helped out however I could. I loved being able to help a family adopt their new best friend. And then I decided to join my school's student government association. I'll be honest, at first, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But I very quickly learned that this had granted me the opportunity to give my classmates the best school year possible. So I volunteered for the school, organized events and fundraisers, and did whatever I could to give my peers the best experience possible. All of this to say that one action can lead to another, and one change spiraled into endless opportunities that shaped me into who I am today. All in all, Rotary has led the way in teaching me how to make a difference. I used to think that only a superhero could change the world. But Rotary has proven time and time again that anyone and everyone can put service above self. I'd like you to, once again, picture a butterfly flapping its wings. The butterfly creates a breeze, the breeze creates a wind, and the wind creates an entire storm. One motion can lead to global impact. As long as we take that first step, we can change the world. Because we are difference makers. We are the future. And we are butterflies. Thank you.
Who clapped? Who clapped? No clapping. Well, let it slide, Nis. You're a visitor. I do want to run through a couple quick announcements while we're waiting for the next speaker. You can now watch all of our programs, the program portion of our meeting, on our YouTube channel. Larry Becker's been good enough to set us up with a YouTube channel, and if you go to our website, lakelandrotary.org, you'll see a big link right there in the middle of the page. So you don't ever have to miss a program. You don't get to see all the announcements and hear me babble on, but you'll get to see the best part of the meeting, so please don't forget that. I'm still waiting for him. Also, your link to the Spring Obsession Trees is on there, as well as we've now put a link to the Reunion Resort, so you can go online and make your reservations for the 100. So please do that as you are able. Here's our next speaker.
Good afternoon. Who here has heard of Abraham Lincoln? Okay. Who here has heard of James Garfield? Fewer of us. Most of us, when we think of the name Garfield, we usually go to the comic cartoon cat. We think more of the lasagna and the hatred of Mondays than we do about the US president. So for those of you who don't know, both of these men were US presidents, and both of them were assassinated before they could finish their terms. So why is it that we remember and venerate the one and we can hardly remember anything about the other? It's because in his term, Abraham Lincoln chose to make a difference. He chose to live a life of significance and leave an impact on the nation, whereas James Garfield was largely forgotten to history. If you look back at Rotary mottos of the past presidents, and if you look at Rotary history, you'll see 3 values that I'm going to talk about today, and 3 values that can help you make an impact, make a difference. And these 3 values are leadership, service, and unity. Now, books on leadership fill whole shelves in libraries. There's no acronym, there's no 6-step process that I can tell you that you haven't already heard. But I can tell you that leadership is based on boldness and character. Bold leadership is confidently taking action, pursuing and passionately pursuing your passions, finding a solution to problems and sticking to it no matter how difficult it is to do so. When Rotary launched the Polio Plus campaign in 1985, this took boldness. It took boldness to galvanize world leaders, to get volunteers across the globe to help administer the vaccine, and to raise billions of dollars to help vaccinate children. But that's exactly what Rotary did. They did all of these things because they had bold leadership that allowed them to take action. In 2017, there were 16 cases of polio. Compare that to 350,000 in 1988. The Polio Plus campaign of Rotary is a tribute to bold leadership and its impact. Now, the other aspect of leadership would be character. A leader who has character is one who is going to make a stronger impact than one who has no character. Your character determines your integrity. It determines whether you will be supported by your subordinates, by your peers, and by those in authority over you. If you have no integrity, you're not going to be trusted. And if you're not trusted, you're not going to make an impact. And this is something that Rotary recognizes because it's in the four-way test. It's in awards that Rotary gives out for character, because character is crucial to strong leadership, and leadership is crucial to making an impact. Now, another facet of your character is your service, and that's the next point I'm going to talk about, is service. And service is the physical manifestation of saying, you are far more important than I am. It scoffs at pride. It's the embodiment of humility. Service is the ground force, is getting things done. It's the taking action that requires boldness to start. Service is following through. And it's through service that things get done in the world. And that's why Rotary awards to people who serve, because it's so important. But there's an aspect of service that we sometimes forget. And it's that service can take place anywhere. It doesn't have to be digging wells in Africa. It doesn't have to be volunteering at an animal shelter. It can be those things, but it doesn't have to be. It can just as easily be filing your neighbor's taxes, helping them with that. It can be just as easily helping that lady across the street rake her yard because she can barely stand up. For me, it's editing my classmates' papers because that's something I can do. So I guarantee that if you look around you and you look at the things that you are capable of doing, there is a way you can serve your community through that. And the thing that strengthens our service, the thing that gives our service the most impact, is how many people are doing it together. And that's my next point, is unity. Unity it helps strengthen all of the things we do. We live in a divided culture. We're divided over politics. We're divided over religion. We're divided over class. We're divided over our favorite technology. We're divided over our favorite superheroes. And yet, these divisions are detrimental. Nothing gets done when everyone is divided. Take a look at the past week. Such tragedy, and yet, what are we doing now? We're arguing about it. We're debating the politics of it. Because we're so divided that we cannot take action. So the unity that we have is something that Rotary recognizes as well. You can look around at all the tables. All of them have markers of different Rotary clubs across the nation and across the globe. And that's what gives Rotary such strength, because it's a nationwide organization, an international organization that is made up of so many independent branches working together to increase their impact. So while these values aren't all-inclusive, these are three main values that can help you create an impact: leadership, service, and unity. Thank you.
All right, just a couple more announcements while we're waiting for our next speaker. There is a happy hour tonight at Grill Smith starting at 5:15. Great way to have a fun, easy makeup and visit with some of your fellow Rotarians. Also, if you notice, the Bloodmobile is here. If you did not sign up and you have the ability to donate, please do so. It'll be here until 2 o'clock. And I wanted to clarify a couple things we mentioned about the 100th anniversary. There's a bus available to take you from Lakeland to the event and back. If you want to drive yourself, you are more than welcome to. You don't have to take the bus, but I got some people asking me, well, do we have to ride the bus? You don't have to. You can. We're offering it to you so you can go have fun. But if you prefer to drive yourself there and back, of course, you're welcome to. The Omni is full at this point. So if you're booking a room, go to the link on our website for the Reunion Resort. It's only 3 miles away, and you can book your room there. I will now turn it over to our next speaker.
We all have dreams. Don't you remember that time you dreamt of becoming a pro basketball player or of winning the lottery? Well, we're all still dreaming for that one. But there's one dream that's shared by most people, and that is to make a difference in this world. On February 22nd, 1905, Paul Harris had that exact dream in mind when he founded Rotary International, which is still, to this day, impacting the lives of many. Rotary has helped others in countless ways, such as fighting disease, promoting clean healthcare, sanitation, and hygiene, and saving mothers and children. In addition to this, all Rotarians involved in this amazing organization have been benefited through their participation. Fighting disease is one way in which Rotary has made a difference. Starting in 1979, there have been immense efforts to end polio. And personally, I'm not one to brag, but this disease has been eradicated in 122 countries. Currently, polio is only in 3 countries: Afghanistan, Nigeria, and Pakistan. And there's not a doubt in my mind that we're going to end it together as a Rotary family. It's kind of like we're running a cross-country race, which I so much love doing. Picture this. It's Saturday morning. And instead of sleeping, like a normal human being, you're running a 3.1-mile race. You're panting and wheezing your way through, wondering why in the world you signed up for this insanity, and bam, there it is, the finish line. You look at that finish line and you run with everything you have until you cross it. That's where I feel Rotary is, with that finish line in sight, so close to the end of a long, hard race to end polio. There have been countless other efforts to end other diseases through Rotary as well, such as when a club in Surakarta, Indonesia, worked together to help cure dengue fever in the region, or when numerous clubs have worked to help promote education of Alzheimer's disease. Here's a quick fact. Globally, malnutrition and inadequate healthcare have taken the lives of 5.9 million children under the age of 5 years old annually. That's absurd. 5.9 million children with the potential to make a difference in this world, gone, just like that. I know, it's sad. And Rotary isn't just going to sit around and watch this happen. Through many efforts, Rotary has worked to help save mothers and children. For example, there's a hot pink Jeep in Haiti that drives around and gives expecting mothers monthly checkups and medicine to ensure that their little bundles of joy are healthy. Also, people travel all around developing countries to ensure that mothers are safe during childbirth. Because it's hard enough to have a child, why do it without proper medical care? Clean water, sanitation, and proper hygiene are something that are essential for life, but are taken for granted by many, including you and me. Rotary has a goal of making every person in the world have this by the year 2030. Already, they have provided clean water to about 23 million people and proper sanitation and hygiene to about 21 million people. Let me put this into perspective for you. The state of Florida has approximately 20.61 million people. I know, it's crazy, right? Right here in the United States, people have worked together to help clean Lake Erie. It's truly amazing what a group of people who want to make a difference can do. Not only has Rotary helped those being reached out to, but it has also helped the over 1.2 million Rotarians in the over 35,000 clubs worldwide, including myself. Through the many service opportunities offered to me, including helping out at the SPCA organization, volunteering at a local Twilight Run 5K, and packaging food for people in need, and by attending Engage Rotary Day, an event in which I learned all about Rotary and met so many new people with the same verve for service that I have. I could truly say that Rotary has helped for me to grow as a person and has opened my eyes to a dream of mine. And that is helping people in need. As you can see, every effort to make the world a better place has started with a dream. Every person that has benefited this world on a local, regional, national, and even international scale has had a dream first. Wasn't the title of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech one of the most influential speeches throughout all of human history, may I add, entitled, "I Have a Dream"? Working on your dreams isn't very easy to do alone. And as St. Mother Teresa of Calcutta once said, "I could do things you cannot. You could do things I cannot. Together, we could do great things." I feel that Rotary has done an amazing job of living out this quote by working together as a 1.2 million member team. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can cross that finish line. Thank you.
Sarah, are we ready? Okay. I will turn it back over to Sarah one more time.
All right, thank you. I think I speak for everyone and say they did a fantastic job. Can we show them our gratitude? All right, so now we finally get to find out who these contestants are. So I will start with our third place winner. Is Allison Foster. She's a 10th grader at Polk Pre-Collegiate Academy, and she was with the Lakeland Rotary South Club. All right, in second place, we have Reese Overholt. He is a senior with Lakeland Christian School, and he was a contestant here at our club, the Lakeland Rotary Club. All right, and that leaves our first place winner is Mark Motch. He is a 10th grader at Santa Fe Catholic High School, and he is with the Rotary Club of Lakeland North. So congratulations and to him and all our contestants.